Right, here we go. Okay, so welcome. Second podcast after the massive hit. I think so far I'm on 78 views of the last one. Just to keep you all posted, we're going to be putting it up on a podcast channel as well. So it is the 14th of the 3rd, 2019. I'm with the main man, all the way from United States of America, Saahil Kapoor. Say hello.
How you doing?
So, first person I've actually got involved in the podcast, Saahil. So, reason being is obviously he's a graduate of ours for 2017. So he done the 2-year program with us, and since then is now out in America, which we're going to have a massive discussion about. He's back now. What sort of break is this?
It's spring break.
Spring break.
Yeah.
So he's back on spring break. So we're just basically just going to run for a few things, past, present and future. How does it sound?
Sounds good, mate.
Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous at all.
You're not nervous. Why you keep looking at the mic? Good thing is with this podcast, we're very comfortable with each other. We've known each other for a long time. I just want to treat all these podcasts as just a general chit chat, and I've actually got Lee to come up with a couple of questions for us to run through it to Saar.
At least he's good for something, isn't he?
He's good for something, yeah. One day Lee will get his own back. He'll get the chance to be on here, but no time.
I think when I'm back next time, we should be on it together.
Yeah,
me and Lee.
Well, that's the idea. I want to try and get like 2 or 3 people.
That'd be cool.
Next
Andy
one,
Tyler Elliott would be a good one.
Oh my gosh, I want to go Brandon, Mikey, Luke when they come back. see what they can do.
I don't know about that one, to be honest.
And then I want Rich, Ruth, me, have just a general chat about it. So that's the idea. So if we go back, way back, if you're a 2017 graduate, so maybe 2015. So the beginning, where did you first hear about Complete Academy? How did it all start?
The year before, obviously I did a year of A-levels, and the year before I was looking at potentially playing football at college, but parents weren't very keen on me not doing A-levels. So it was one where I went on trial at Aldershot, went on trial at Woking, and before I even got a decision, I kind of got a yes from Woking, but before I even got a decision from Aldershot, it was, parents, you're not doing it. I said, fair enough. Did a year of A-levels, but obviously you see your friends who were playing football every day, and it wasn't exactly ideal. You didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be at school. But there was nothing else planned, and then I was playing for Guildford City once. Had a pretty good game, and I think you were coaching. It was at Winston Churchill.
Yeah, I've done my goalkeeping session over there. I think you were playing for...
I was playing for Guildford
City, yeah.
And then I got home that day, and I'm lucky my mum told me, because knowing her, she probably wouldn't have told me because she didn't want me to do it. She goes, I just got an email from Chris Hatton. I said, yeah. And she was like, there's some academy he wants you to join. And I don't think she knew it was full time.
Yeah.
She was excited. She was like, yeah, you can go and play football.
Obviously, touching on that, we obviously knew each other from...
A long time before that, yeah. That's how you had the email and everything.
Yeah,
we knew each other from when I was about 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of them where I was like, yeah, I'll come to a trial. We had a meeting, went to the trial. And then luckily...
Where was the meeting?
Starbucks, I think. Where was it? The Surrey Sports Park. And then the day of the meeting, I ran into him Sports Direct when I was working. Yeah. Which is good, because I didn't know if we were doing it. But, yeah, it was...
And then we went over to the Tesco's, I think.
We did, because we wanted Mum. So I don't know why we ended up there, but...
No, I don't know.
But yeah, it wasn't planned, and then luckily for me, all my teachers said I was going to fail on all my A-levels. So it was one where I said to my parents, I said, instead of being disappointed when the results come, why don't we just do something else? And as soon as my dad said yes, it was like, okay, cool. Yeah. But then the funniest thing is I got like 2 B's and a C. Yeah. And my parents are like, Mum's like, no, you're not doing that, you're going back to school. My dad was like, we've already agreed, he's going to football, and that's it. Like, and then from then obviously we started in 2015. Yeah.
No, it was, I think from my own personal experience, obviously working with you previously, and obviously starting that program up then, and seeing you on the pitch that time, I just thought to myself, there's an opportunity right there. And I think one thing that I'm always conscious of when we're talking to people that are looking to come onto the program is it is for the academics and it is for the unacademics. You know what I mean? You're someone that's come from an academic background, and from the time you spent with us training or studying, and then to where you are now, you could have easily got into the A-level route.
Yeah, I mean, Woking offered that route as well, to be fair. But you know what I'm like, and we had a discussion about this the other day in terms of when I'm picking my next college in the USA. I like new stuff.
Yeah.
I like going into an environment which is a little bit different, and it was sort of an opportunity.
Because you make an impact as well. Do you know what I mean?
It was doing something new, and it was something that obviously when we had our first meeting, I was quite keen on it.
Yeah.
Obviously it was over the 2 years, there was lots of ups, there was lots of downs, but you know.
Which is my next question: is how did you find your time here?
As I said, there was some ups in terms of personal development. There was a lot of growth. Technically, you kind of polished me off. I mean, I was always technically quite gifted, but
agreed.
You polished me off. Fitness-wise, we got better. That I think because obviously when you coached me when I was a kid, I was fit. I was in good shape. Yeah. Got injured and just kind of fell off for a year, and then it's obviously very tough to get back. But yeah, it was good. I mean, the first year was very, very interesting. It was quite frustrating at times, especially for me, because you'd be playing against teams like Aldershot, Farnborough, Eastleigh, and we'd get beat by 6 or 7 goals. Yeah, I was the best player on the pitch. And how many times did Mark come up to me and say, "Come and play for Farnborough"?
And in some way, like you joining that at that time was probably the best thing, because you had to take the beatings and you had to have the challenge up against you. That, let's say, if you were to join us now, and you might not have had the same sort of challenge, that it might not have made you sort of...
Exactly, and it was, as from my point of view, we lost, I think it was like 9-10 nil to Aldershot. Yeah. One game, I remember that game quite well, because Lee literally came out to me at the end and was just like, "We've got a game in the Ryman on the week." Obviously we couldn't get the paperwork done, that's why it didn't happen. Yeah. But he goes, "I need you to play." Yeah. Like, it was one of them where I'm thinking I've conceded 9 goals here, but I played that well. Yeah, and it was nice. Like I got a lot of positive feedback from other players. I mean, Farnborough's players are telling me every day, every time I saw them, come over to Farnborough, like league complete. But so that first year, it was interesting. I met some interesting people, and I'm actually in touch with quite a few of those people still. Yeah. And the good thing about those people is, I think bar one of them, everyone. I just spoke to Lewis Newman now. Everyone is doing something. That they want to do to an extent. So, and then the second year was just the complete opposite. It's
so weird how that sort of worked out for you in your favour, you know, especially like character-wise and confidence-wise, like being in an environment that you're almost better at, and then sort of the next year, you know, the quality stepped up, and obviously as you've seen now, we've naturally...
I think, it's in terms of squad depth, you've gotten better, but I spoke to like some of the lads in New Zealand and stuff. I think that team we had in our second year, I'm saying when we had Salah, we had sort of Paul come in for that little phase and we won like 8 games in a row. I struggled to see you guys actually having a better 11 than that, because that 11 was actually really, really good.
It was a good 11.
Like, in terms of 11 players on the pitch, you couldn't think of like... And then we had depth, obviously, you know, all over the pitch. Yeah. And it was good. I enjoyed it, and it was different. There was obviously a few rockier moments, but one thing about me is I've always backed myself, and I always will. Yeah. And you knew that. And the most important thing is what I thought and what you guys thought. And I was with the team every week, basically. We went through a phase where we won 8 games in a row, and I played every game. So
I think what was quite nice from our point of view is like you were very level-headed. I mean, going from school to college is a big change for maturity, and you know we find it. You know, kids come in with different maturity levels, but because you've done the whole A-level side of stuff and you've experienced the college environment, you came in as sort of like a senior figure straight away. And I think the boys sort of obviously spoke to you, looked up to you at the time, which was obviously, you know, it helps us massively. You know, that whole captain within the team definitely helped us.
Yeah, it was good.
What do you miss about the UK, or miss, I don't know, from the complete, if you know what I mean? So
I mean, from both sides, obviously, from the UK in general, you can just go family, friends. Yeah. The lifestyle, watching Liverpool Football Club every week, that was a big change, going from going to every game to none. But
you took me to my first game at the Cop.
I did, and it was a derby, wasn't it, as well? Yeah.
Van Dijk's first goal.
Van Dijk. Obviously you miss your family and your friends. It's a weird one, because last time when I came back, I think the first time I came back, during Christmas, I didn't want to go back to America. Yeah. Because I messaged Jamie, I messaged you, I said, is there stuff I can do here, work for nights or work for you? But you're the one who told me, you just said, like, think about it, like, what you're going to be doing. And obviously, like, this isn't meant with any disrespect to the lads who are doing apprenticeships, but you know that's not me. And even when I had graduated the first year, The second year, you told me there's an apprenticeship for you, but I don't think it's good for you. And you were right. And I was in a smaller town. I wasn't having the best relationships with the coach. Me and that coach had a love-hate relationship, and we'll come on to him later when we move on to America. But obviously I was just thinking, but in terms of, if I didn't go back, it just would have been it's such a waste. So obviously, the lifestyle in England was different, but as I've stayed there, it's got better, and I don't really miss the lifestyle in England. I don't think I'll come back when I'm done.
Yeah.
You miss your family, your friends. With the programme, obviously, you just, it's a good laugh. It is fun. All the boys are really close, and we were really close. I'm in touch with a lot of them. And don't get me wrong, in America, in my teams, I had a close-knit group. But there it was sort of 15 lads, I got on with everyone, 20 lads, I got on with everyone.
Yeah.
And that was nice being part of a team like that. I missed the football every single day.
Yeah.
We had doubles. I finished my work so early in the second year, I was training for 4 hours a day for 2 months, and it was great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there was some days when it was frustrating with numbers, people not showing up, but you've just got to take what you take from the sessions.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that we always try and think of as, we're very much individual player development. We say, you almost got to be the most, as much as we want to have a team and a family around us, you've got to be as selfish as you can, because fortunately for you, you've kept in touch with a lot of those boys. Some of the boys don't. Yeah. But you need to be as selfish as you can to achieve what you want to achieve from
Exactly. Yeah, this was especially when America came about. I think the second year would have. I'm not saying, because as I said, I backed myself. I know I'm mentally quite tough, but the second year might have been a little bit tougher. But all I was thinking is, say what you want. I was thinking when other people would say anything, I was thinking, but in 3 months' time, 4 months' time, I'm going to be playing full-time in America, getting basically a degree paid for. And I'm not meaning this with disrespect, you're not, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and some of the guys have gone on to do good things, some of them are doing things they enjoy, but from my point of view, going out and going to America is one of the best things you can do, and that's why I'm such a big advocate for other lads doing it as well.
I mean, this brings me on to my next question, and I use you quite a lot when I'm speaking to new people, new recruits for the programme, because when you first joined us, America wasn't even on the radar at all. I mean, we never even spoke of it when we were
the first year. I was injured. I'd done my ankle quite badly. I had quite a lot of ankle issues my first year, my right one, and I remember I think it was Soccer Chance.
Yeah,
one of them, the first year, they came in, you said there's an American guy coming in, because obviously I wasn't coming in that week, I was doing my work at home, I couldn't train. Yeah. And I just said, I'm not interested, I don't need to come in. You just said if you want to do it next year, you can come to the meeting next year, but it was he's coming in, didn't bat an eyelid. Yeah. I was at home, I did my work that day, went to bed, didn't think about it. Yeah. And then obviously, things changed quite a lot. And actually Tom Barker played quite a big part in that, because if
very
I'd known
much
more,
set to go there, wasn't
if I'd known, he came in set, and if I'd known more about America, then I'd definitely have looked into it, but I didn't know much. He came in, obviously he was set, so I looked into it a little bit. Then as soon as I looked into it, I was like, Chris, one of these guys coming in. As soon as Future Elite Sports came in, it was, I'm going to America. Done, that was it, done and dusted. And a lot of boys, again, said that, I'm going to go, but I could tell, you can tell with some they're saying it and they're not going to do it. But from my point of view, it was, as soon as that guy left, I went to MEPS and I said, MEPS, I need to go, and he said, it'll be good for you, mate. And that was it.
Well, I mean, my next question was how you found America so far, but I sort of want to change that around. I want you to put you on the spot a bit. Sum America up in 3 words.
3 different words?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I don't know if I can, because there's so much that's happened. I could say, you could go, amazing, stuff like that, but that wouldn't describe.
For me personally, the one thing that I was always very scared of when this whole process came up is, obviously I know you're very much a family man, and leaving your family behind. I was thinking, you're very close-knit with your family, almost depend upon each other. It's I was like, is he really going to be able to do it out there by himself? But for me, from what I can see, I hear when I speak to you, the maturity from you has gone from being being mature to extremely mature, self-dependent.
And that's a big one. The self-dependent one's a big one. You need to be self-dependent out there. At the end of the day, you're out there by yourself. You're with your friends, you're with your family.
And if I was to say 2016, when you were in the middle of the programme, that you're going to be in 3 years' time out in America all by yourself,
I'd have said absolutely not. I would have said zero chance of that happening. Let's be honest, but things went their way for a reason, and as we spoke about so much over the last sort of especially the first year we didn't really talk. But that's with everyone. I didn't really talk to anyone my first year. It was an adjustment period.
Yeah.
But my second year, we spoke a lot, and obviously things have happened in America.
Yeah.
Personal level, everything. And yeah, one thing you can just say that it's if you'd asked me 3 years ago, would you be able to get through that kind of stuff basically on your own? I'd have said, and I wasn't on my own because I did have people, but I'd have said absolutely no chance. And now you look at everything that's happened in America from a football point of view and a personal point of view, and you think it's all been amazing. It's all been great. It's all built my character even more and more. And now it's a stage where I feel like I've learned so much from it, and I've still got 2.5 years left. And I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep growing as a person. And I'm quite excited about that.
So, my next question is plans for the future. So, obviously, for us, our biggest thing is get these boys on programme and make sure everyone's got an exit route where they want to go. Now, obviously, whether you continue on with America and obviously stay there, what's the future for Saah?
I don't know. I don't have a clue, because if you'd asked me in my first year, I'd have said I don't know. And now my second year, even though I'm in a better place, I still don't know. Because I think one thing that's quite obvious is I'm probably going to stay out there. It's a different life, it's a different lifestyle, but I think it suits me quite well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm doing a degree in business, and we're in talks. We're trying to start something up now, which is going quite well. So I'm looking to that, and hopefully that'll become, in 4 or 5 years' time, a serious source of income. But
I think that's where you're going to go down. I think you're studying business, you're starting to understand it, you're starting to realise not necessarily what you can make from it, but what you can achieve from it. I think that's a big thing.
It's weird though, because there's absolutely no way. There's no way I'm ready to stop playing in 2 years. Yeah. So the first thing is going to be I need to keep playing, and there will be opportunities to keep playing in America. I'm going to a school where, it's a coach, especially it's a weird one. The women's coach there was a former professional goalkeeper.
Are you allowed to say where you're going or not?
Yeah, I can say I'm going to a school in Chicago. It's called Governor State University, and obviously I'm excited to go. But yeah, in terms of connections, it's a weird one. The women's coach is going to be the guy who really sorts me out.
Yeah. In
the future, he's got professional contacts. He's going to be the goalie coach, and it's a big reason. As we kind of spoke about it a lot, and obviously I rang you. I said, Chris, I don't know where to go. Yeah. It was a weird one, and you kind of said after we spoke. I went through all my offers, and there was one from a national championship winning side. But you told me as well you don't want to go there. You told me I know where you want to go, and it was a tough one. There was obviously other factors involved in the decision, and I was waiting to make. It took me so long to commit because I was waiting to make sure that I was doing it for myself.
It sounds like a familiar situation for coming to us, really, because I think you're very much of an impact sort of person. So you see the potential of somewhere, and you think, I want to be the first one to be there. I want to leave my mark straight away.
It's a new program, so yeah, it's going to be their first year. But the basketball team, they won the conference in their second or first year. Right. So, and basketball is a hell of a lot more competitive than soccer out there.
Which possibly, this is quite a good question. I'm going to flip around the order that Lee's done these, because he's done them in a strange way, so I'll have to have a word with him about that after. But how different is the standard of football?
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about the 2 years I've had. So the first year I went into a squad, and I got told before I even got there, you're probably going to be the number 4 or 5. But again, didn't bother me. I backed myself. Yeah. I wasn't fit enough, let's be honest. But I went there was a keeper from Man United, a keeper from the Finnish national team, a state champion in America. I was going into it. I knew what I was going into. Yeah. And I still wanted to go. And then I got there, and within 20 minutes of my first training session, the coach pulls me aside and says, "Yeah, it's you and Kieran going for it this year." It didn't take long. He said, but obviously if I went in as fit as I am now, I think I could have done a little bit and started a lot more than I did. And it was frustrating for me that year because the standard of the players was very, very good. 2 centre halves had both played first team together in England at a conference level. They were very good. You had a centre mid who'd been at West Brom, a centre mid who'd been at Palace, a striker who was 23, 24. He'd been around non-league. He was just brilliant. Wingers who were very good. The squad was really good, and it was just everything was just more intense. That we were very physical. The physicality was massive, and playing in Kansas as well. It's definitely the toughest junior college league out there. Yeah. And we we played against a team of Brazilians who were a national champion a couple of years before, and they were all 26, 27.
Wow.
They were 4-0 up inside 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, I came off and I got told by the gaffer, "You've had a good game today," and we lost 4-1.
Yeah.
We had a good second half, but it was just. It took all of us, like, and that's all. Not just me. For me, it was tough because obviously the other keeper had got suspended and I got a chance, and I played really well in the 2 games before that. So I was kept in, and it took us all 25 minutes to realise.
I think with the couple of things you just said there, sometimes I feel that the appeal is a bit misunderstood for the American thing. Like, some people say, the facilities are awesome, and then some people say they're not so great. The standards awesome, and the standards not so great. But I know you're an honest person, and obviously with some of the stuff that you're obviously saying now, what is it like? Is America what everyone's saying?
A big part of America is, and this is why me and you were talking about maybe sending players out there, is because agencies come into academies, schools, and everything, and they show you a video of a top D1 massive school, and they make it look like every single school is like that D1 school, with state-of-the-art facilities, multi-million-pound locker rooms, training equipment. It's not like that. Yeah, there's a lot of schools like that. 4-year schools more than junior colleges, but it's a grind and it's different. And the standard, I mean, a lot of people have different ideas. It depends where you go. Yeah. So I'm sure if you ask, there was another guy from Pulse, Jake Corker. He was on the other side of that conference, and he said it was tough. Yeah. And he's at a D1 school now, but he even said it to me when I was going out there. He was on the east side, I went to the west side of Kansas, and he said that is a lot harder. Yeah. The standard, when we went into the season, from that one, so only half of the state, there was 4 ranked teams in the top 20. That's half of Kansas. That's only half of them. There was 4 ranked teams, and they were really good. And I mean, think about it like this: there's a school called Barton out there, and this season they've just had they signed a centre mid who'd been at PSG. And we looked him up, he'd been at PSG, he was a captain of the under-18s. Yeah. The kid was serious, and he's going to America. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, the facilities at Barton are incredible. I've been there, it's a phenomenal school. We didn't have those kind of facilities in northwest Kansas, but it's, it's junior college is a grind. And hopefully now when I go to my 4-year school, it'll be worth it, because it looks like the facility is going to be a lot better. The lifestyle is going to be a lot better. Obviously, there's going to be more equipment, more training stuff. And I'm not someone who would ever recommend saying, you have to go to a 4-year school. Don't go to junior college. Junior college is great. It was really good for me. But I do look back at it now and think maybe I should have gone to a 4-year school at the start, just because the facilities are better. But also, I wouldn't have built the character the way I have. Definitely. For 2 years.
It's once again, it's almost like relaying your first year of us to your second year of us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that sort of.
It's a weird one. My first year was. As I mentioned earlier, my first year was crazy. Part of me thinks you went to northwest Kansas. I played quite a few games compared to what I was meant to at the start, and obviously when it was really my time, it was so frustrating. The day we had a double header, and the first game I wasn't starting, I was on the bench, and I got injured maybe in the warm up or something. Didn't tell the gaffer because I didn't want to let him know. I was just on the bench, it didn't matter. Yeah. Lets me know after the game, the other goalkeeper, the centre half, had made a bit of a mistake. Saahil, you're in tomorrow. And then that was the most stressful 24 hours of my life. And then obviously about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, when I realised I couldn't walk on my ankle, I kind of accepted I'm not going to be able to play. And it was quite tough because that was it. It was the business end of the season. You're in. And I knew that I was going to go in there, I was going to make a statement, I could have stayed in. And obviously being injured wasn't easy, but then I look back at the whole thing, and I did get some minutes. I played in the toughest junior college conference in America. But most importantly, me and the gaffer there, it was a love-hate relationship. And now we look back and we're in touch and we talk. He left that school as well. Right. And I played against him this season. Oh, nice. And he came up to me and he had amazing words to me. He said, you played really well. But the thing with it is, I wasn't fit enough. He definitely made that known to me. And almost when I sort of got this feeling that when the one goalie was moving on, he was trying to recruit another one, because he did need to replace the other one in terms of squad depth. I was like, I'm going to get so fit that whether I'm here or whether I'm not here, he's going to know I'm what I'm about. And I got lucky, I got fortunate. There was a guy called Anthony Czar, big boy, a big gym guy, a basketball player. And we worked out for 3 hours, 4 hours every single day for about 5 months. Yeah. And then at the end of those 5 months, I just looked at myself, and it was just you saw that when I came back last summer. It was just a completely different person. Yeah, 100%. And it was. But if I hadn't gone to Northwest Tech, that wouldn't have happened. Maybe I'd have gotten a little bit fitter if I'd gone somewhere else. But I wouldn't have met Ant.
Yeah.
And the amount of effort and time he put into me with a guy, we barely knew each other before that.
Yeah.
So I got lucky I met him. I wouldn't have met Robbie, who he was a good coach, but you know, we had a interesting relationship to say the least. And then I don't end up going to Carl Sandberg on everything paid for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that also, it was all, as I said to you, I've said so many times, everything happens for a reason. I went to Northwest Tech and it was very beneficial.
So we got current lads that are looking to go out there, and we've obviously got boys that are looking to join the programme September 19. What sort of advice would you want to give them to go to the States? If you could give them just a couple of little pointers, what would it be?
You have to stay very focused. Know why you're out there. I think the biggest thing for me was I went there. Don't get me wrong, the education's important and the degree is massive. I'll tell all of you right now, you're a student athlete, and when you're out there, they emphasise you're a student athlete. The student part comes first. Yeah. And it's good because you're coming out with basically a degree paid for, or a massively reduced price on a degree, which can cost, especially in American universities, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And so I'd say, but let's be honest, you're going out there to play football, and don't let anything distract you. I've seen instances of boys getting distracted, not knowing why they were there, and either getting caught doing something stupid or just not taking it seriously. There's a guy I'm with now, not going to bring up any names, doesn't take it seriously. Went all the way over from England, you know, but it doesn't matter, but, you know, and it's just, to be fair, for about 5 months, I almost forgot why I was out there. Yeah. You know that, and then I told you on the phone the other day, it's weird, I'm there for football, and you realise you're there for football. You need to go there, you need to be focused, and you need to realise I'm going to put everything in now to become the best player I can be. Yeah. Because, the student part comes first, but we're all there to play football, and there are a lot of distractions. There are a lot of distractions. There's parties, there's people smoke, people drink, you know, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm not saying don't do it. You're going out there to have fun as well, let's be honest. Yeah. But just especially in season, the season's not long, you have 3 months. You need to go there as fit as you can be. I've told this to Elliot's the perfect example. You need to be fit. Yeah. But it's not, there's no opportunity to get fit over pre-season. Pre-season lasts 2 weeks. And if you don't go in fit, you're not going to make it through pre-season, and you're not going to get played in the season. You can't use the season to get fit, you can't use pre-season to get fit, you've got to be fit going there. Which reminds me, what we'll talk about after we finish this, is I've got something I want to show you regarding pre-season programming and stuff. We've just invested into the boys for our programme, but remind me to speak to you about that. I will do. Last couple of questions for me. Favourite memory of Complete? I think I've asked you this before at some point. Yeah, probably the first win. Yeah, it was nice because, I mean, as the season went on, that squad, as I said, we were close. The squad really, we didn't. We were close, and then it kind of, you know, arguments started. Boys stopped coming in. Yeah. But that day was early. We went away to Fab. We were in a very, very good program established. Yeah. Just training at Bisham Abbey, you know what I mean? Yeah, obviously you weren't there. Yeah. But Rich was there, and obviously the absolute hero Mikey Hatton was there. And I'll get onto him in a minute because I need to get him on here. Yeah, you do. Yeah, and it's just we went 1-0 down, equalised somehow. Half time with 2-1, it's 2-1 and then 2-2, and I'm just like, how are we in this game? They are different class. Yeah. Like, they were so good. Yeah. They were keeping the ball, centre halves, Coombsy, Josh Rowe, Kim, and Ken maybe was left back, or Shane was left back. I think. They were running. I was making saves. Like, it was really tough. Yeah. And then somehow, I don't know what happened at half time. Like, Rich just said, keep going. He was like, you're doing well. You might get an opportunity. And out of nowhere, I think it was a long hump up the field from Shane. Yeah. And, you know, Michael Leatherbar, you don't know how high I think of that kid. Yeah. And he showed how good he was. He just took it down a 35, 40-yard pass and on the half volley from the edge of the box, just leathered it into the bottom corner. And then you're thinking, all right. And then we scored again. And then I think we were all in sort of, when we won, because we hadn't done it before. Yeah. We were all in sort of a state. We had a similar one this year because we've done JMA this year. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're in a state of shock. Yeah. Like, we just beat these, like, and everyone was quite quiet until we got on the bus. Yeah. And then on the bus back was great. Everyone was just Mikey Hatton was the one. Your dad, you could see him. And I've never seen him more happy in my life. He came up to me after and he gave me the biggest hug I've ever received in my life. And he's like, you know, I'm not... You said it's a clean podcast, no swearing. There was a lot of swearing involved. He's like, we've done it. I told you it'd be worth it and all that stuff. And I actually saw him yesterday, which is nice.
Did you?
I left the change room.
Oh, yeah.
And he's shaking everyone's hands and then he just looked at me up and down. And he just gave me the biggest hug I've ever got in my life. And I was like, wowza, he looks good.
Yeah.
He was looking good.
Yeah.
If anything, he's getting better with the age.
Mate, it's retirement. He's playing football, walking football, I think 4 or 5 times a week. He got a bit of a dodgy knee at the moment, but
dodgy knee from walking football.
Honestly, yeah, he got sent off last week, a couple of weeks ago as well. Apparently swearing at the ref.
Yeah, one thing about Mikey is keep him away from your kids. language is old fashioned, old school.
This question ain't on here actually, but that's one player from Complete Academy that you've either played with or you've seen that you think, I don't know, whether it's favourite player on the pitch, off the pitch, just someone for you. Pick out someone for me. Highlight someone for something, something good, football-wise.
Right, so I can't do one. Let's talk about a couple. But the first one I've got to talk about, because some of these boys weren't known, and they didn't have the privilege. I call it a privilege to play with him, because I'm telling you right now, I played with some very, very good players. I played with lads who were playing first-team football in England at professional level, guys who've gone to big D1 schools, guys who are pro out in America. And there was this kid, I don't know his surname, he's called Salah.
Abdahali. There
you go. And I was I walked in the first day of Complete, and I said to JK, I said, like, the team looks,
mixed.
Yeah. And then the next day we were playing golf, mini golf or whatever it is at the thing, and me and Salah walks in, and JK was like, Saahil, come here. Come play with him, and come play with him and me, because he knew the first couple of days I was a bit like, I was thinking, is this for me?
Yeah.
The boys are very different to what I'm used to. I'm not sure if they're serious. And then I played golf with Salah. I didn't say much. We spoke a little bit, and I just got a feeling from him, like, okay, this kid's different.
Yeah.
And then I saw him play, and honestly, I'm telling you right now, he is without. And you had Tyler going to Fulham. I've gone to America. You had some good players in this program. Salah is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best you've ever had.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm sure Rich didn't see much of him. I'm sure Rich would agree. He was. Think about it. Every single team we played against.
Yeah.
You know that I got it a little bit. Salah got it a lot more.
Yeah.
And you played him at centre back, centre half, on the wing, left back. You play him up front. And
there's a couple of games. I think we played a game against a local rival, not naming any names. And he was playing up against a very, very difficult striker who's now at the Reading under-23s. And, just marked him out of the game. We lost heavily.
Well, think about it like this. We went away to Eastleigh in my first year. And obviously you were fair, because we had a lot of players from London, a lot of gifted players. But they weren't signed onto the programme the way they should have been. They weren't committed to the programme. Yeah. So the first half team and the second half team were very different. We go in at half-time 6-0 down. Yeah. Salah did start. They had a striker called Tony Lee, and I remember it was frustrating, because I kind of blame myself for this. He was half-hearted, he was a first-team striker, half-hearted. Then there was a through ball, I came for it and went straight through him, hit him hard, and he kind of told me, again more swearing as he's getting taken off, he said, keep on, move back on, and you're going to get punished for that. And he scored 5 in the first half. He came back on it. We were 25 minutes in, it was 0-0.
Yeah.
And these three played first-team players, were on the first-team pitch. After that, it looked like this lad he didn't like me.
Yeah.
And because I hit him quite hard, and he was a first-team player, so he wasn't happy. He was coming back from injury. He was a youngster, and he scored 5 in 25 minutes. And I just said, and he said to me at half-time, I'm not done. And I was like, oh God, Chris, what are you going to do? Obviously, you brought on the London lads, but one thing you did, which I didn't think you'd do, you dropped Salah to centre back.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Salah before the second half started. And I said, do me a favour, mate. This kid is
handful.
He's out to get me here, and he's already scored 5. I can't be conceding anymore. And don't get me wrong, the team was better in the second half, but we won the second half 3-0 against a team full of Eastleigh first team players.
Yeah.
And
was it not 7-2 or 8-2?
6. Was it 6? No, it wasn't 8. It was 6 or 7. I thought it was 6-3, wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah. It might have been
6 or 7.
We definitely won the second half. Remember?
So we won the second half. We didn't concede, and Salah just played this kid. This kid's playing first team football in the National Premier League, the Conference Prem. And Salah was an 17-year-old lad. This kid's 21, 22, and he played him out of the game. The guy didn't have a chance. Then he got a penalty at the end. And I was like, oh, damn. And I was like, Salah's done all this, I'm not going to let him score.
Yeah.
So then we saved the penalty, and then it was weird. Okay, maybe it was 7. Never conceded 7 goals and been so proud walking off the pitch in my life. I was like, because even I remember I think it was the chairman of the club or someone was big deal at the club, was behind us.
Yeah.
And he left at half time, came back with about 15 minutes to go. He said, "What score is it, keeper?" I said 6, 7, whatever, 2 or 3. He says, "Wait a minute, have you conceded a goal this half?" I said, "No."
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Like, and so yeah, I mean, you said, to touch on one, he'd be, just because guys don't know about how good he was, he doesn't get much. And he messaged me the other day, which was nice.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard from him in about 2 years. I speak to his boy Paul all the time, the character, who was also a good player.
Yeah.
But Salah messaged me the other day on Instagram randomly, and he just said, "I'm keeping an eye on your page. I'm loving what you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep it up." And that was really nice. I was like,
yeah, it's a good touch.
Like, I appreciate that, man. And then I'll talk about another one. Half the reason is because he asked me to talk about him, but that doesn't matter. Mr. Parry.
Tyler.
Yeah. Because he was just at Fulham, wasn't he?
Yeah.
One thing, to be fair, I'll give him is when I came here last summer, he was skinny. He was technically all right, but I thought he'd go to a decent college in America and do all right. Came back in January, he'd put on a lot of weight, good weight, and he looked sharper, and I was like, okay. But then when I came back this break, to be fair to him, don't get me wrong, he still, sometimes isn't put in 100% or whatever, but
he's got better.
The kid can play, man.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
He can really play, and it's just he's one of them where if he keeps his head where it is, he's going to go all the way in America. He's going to go all the way, and I know he's going out there unless he gets another pro out here, which could happen. He's still got a few months.
100%. Obviously, we got great links with Fulham, and I went over there, watched him in the games and stuff like that, and I was speaking to the coaches for the training sessions, and it's not a case that he wasn't worse than what they had. He just wasn't better.
And you're not going to sign someone.
And exactly that. But
that's Fulham. That's a Category 1 academy.
Yeah, I know.
There's going to be Category 2 academies or other ones, and they need a striker.
100%. Yeah, and we've got people coming in, and not last game, just played yesterday. Last week we had another scout from Derby County come in to have a look at the lads, Tyler and others as well. So it's definitely put him on the map.
He's a good player, and you've got a few. I mean, in terms of your year twos, I think Elliot's going to America as well. And I'm trying to bring him with me, and fingers crossed that'd be great if he can come with me. And he's another one who's really grounded. He's a good player. He'll do well. And again, just the improvement with him as well.
Yeah.
I remember when I came back in December, I didn't even notice the kid. With no disrespect intent, I didn't notice him at all. I didn't think he was anything. And I came back last summer and I said to Meps, I was just like, "Who's that?" And he said, "Elliot Cotton." I said, "What, the one who wants to go to America?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Wow, okay." And then obviously you've got a few others. You've got Andy Martin, who's he's a good player. Like, you've got a few boys. I'm not going to talk about the first year ones too much, but you've got some good boys.
We're definitely in a good place, and I think with the junior setup that we've got, from the under 8s through to the under 14s, when they move up to the 16s, I mean, current year 10s that we're currently coaching that are interested in the programme and decent ones.
Yeah.
I'm talking, I've got a keeper that when you see him, when you see this keeper, I speak to Sai. You're not around on Saturday. I think he might be coming down. Oh no, he might be injured actually. But ridiculous. Yeah. Like, the boy is ridiculous. He's in the shadow squad at Reading, but I don't know whether he's going to get signed on there, but he is something else. But
that's nice to hear. I mean, yeah, you guys are good with one thing that you can say to recruits is they'll struggle to come into a place with coaches. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had my risks with all of you guys. We all have, but I've been at other places and it does seem like you guys have got the best interests at heart. I mean, even in the classroom, you look back to Jamie Knights. He didn't need to come here for a whole year. He came and he helped you out for a whole year, basically. Then you look at the next year, and obviously, as I said to you with MEPS, I wouldn't be in America now if it wasn't for MEPS. You know what I mean? Like, he put so much individual time and effort, ridiculous amounts of individual time and effort into me. Every single day in the summer when we finished, 9 o'clock in the morning. Fitness. Like, and again, he's another one. It's like, I say to the guys, I go, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I don't regret it. When I was on the programme, sometimes I think to myself, maybe I should have gone somewhere else. But I look back at it now and I say, if I hadn't come here, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Where you are,
and where I am right now is in a really good place.
Yeah.
And we met some family friends yesterday. Me and my friend Matt. We didn't have a good time at school in terms of grades. The teachers hated us. Matt's doing really well, and so am I. And we just said, You know, if you're a kid, you're told you're not good enough. You're told you're stupid. You're told you. I mean, I wasn't told I was worth nothing. There's kids who've had it worth, but I was told I was going to fail all my exams.
Yeah.
I was told look into an apprenticeship or a BTEC course. One, I did good in my exams, but also that doesn't mean anything. What your teachers say, it doesn't matter. And you know, it's all about how you kind of react to those kind of situations. And my friend Matt reacted, I reacted, and joining Complete was something. Yeah, I'll look back at it and these things that were bad. There was a lot of lows, there was a lot of highs, but looking back at it now, I'm in America, getting a fully paid for degree.
I know, amazing.
Living a different life, and that wouldn't have happened if I didn't come to Complete.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, I think that's. Man, I'm going to have to put this into like part 1, part 2, part 3, I think.
I don't know, man. I listened to one yesterday, it was 2 hours. So.
Oh! Well, we're on 40 minutes, but
it's not too bad.
We've covered a lot, and obviously we're definitely going to look to try and do one of these again. It'll be good to see where you're at in, whether it's a year, 2 years' time, how you've changed, how your pathway's changed, and where you're currently at. But hopefully people take away a lot of information from this. Obviously, I'm going to try and upload it as ASAP. Might have to do it in a part 1, part 2. But thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Have a safe flight when you go back. When you're going? Monday. And your birthday on?
Saturday.
21. There
you go. Now the life in America.
That changes everything.
Don't get me wrong. Like I've been living like a 21-year-old, but it's just it's going to change a lot, and I'm going to try and make the most out of Galesburg, Illinois, which will be fun.
I might try and get the podcast up for Saturday then.
Okay.
Big birthday treat.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for coming in, and we're going to wrap it up there, and keep posted, guys, because we're going to get a few more people in to have a chat and share their experiences. See you later. Say goodbye.
See you later, guys.